I was sitting on my porch yesterday afternoon, watching a woman walk her dog down the street. She was young, maybe in her early 40s. She looked exhausted. She was carrying a heavy tote bag, looking at her phone, frowning, clearly carrying the weight of the entire world on her shoulders. I wanted to call out to her. I wanted to tell her, "Honey, put the bags down. Most of what you are carrying isn't even yours." My name is Evelyn, and I am 103 years old. When you cross a century on this earth, something fascinating happens to your mind. It is like a great heavy fog finally lifts. You look back at the decades you survived, and you realize how much time you wasted worrying about things that literally vanished into thin air. If you are listening to this and you feel constantly stressed, if you feel like you are always trying to please people, always trying to keep up, always worried about what comes next, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Take a breath. Sit down. I am going to save you decades of unnecessary suffering. Life is not about accumulating things to care about. The secret to a peaceful life, especially in your second chapter, is learning the beautiful art of not caring. Here are 5 things I completely stopped caring about, and I beg you to pay attention to the last one, because it is the illusion that steals the most joy from our lives. Number 1, I stopped caring about the invisible audience. When I was in my 40s and 50s, I lived my entire life for an audience that didn't even exist. I cared deeply about what the neighbors thought of my lawn. I cared about what the other mothers at the school thought of my clothes. I cared about what my extended family thought of my husband's career. I remember once, when I was 48, I spent 3 hours crying in my bathroom because I hosted a dinner party and the roast was slightly dry. I was convinced that my friends would talk about my failure for weeks. Do you want to know the truth? They didn't care. People are so obsessed with their own insecurities, their own dry roasts, and their own messy lives, that they are not paying attention to yours. The invisible audience is a ghost you created in your own mind. When I turned 70, I finally evicted the audience. I started wearing comfortable shoes instead of elegant ones. I stopped apologizing if my house was a little messy when someone dropped by. When you stop performing for people who aren't even watching, you get your life back. Let them judge. Their judgment cannot pay your bills, and it cannot bring you peace. Number 2, I stopped caring about winning the argument. Oh, this is a hard one, isn't it? We all have that desperate need to be right. We want to have the last word. My older brother, William, he and I were both terribly stubborn. We would argue about everything: politics, religion, the right way to cook a turkey. We would have these fierce arguments at the dinner table, and I would spend days afterward rehearsing what I should have said to prove him wrong. William passed away when he was 72, and suddenly all those arguments I won felt like ashes in my mouth. I am 103 now. If someone tells me the sky is neon green, you know what I say? I say, that is fascinating. Have a wonderful day. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. Having the last word is an ego trip that costs you your inner peace. Let people be wrong. Let them misunderstand you. Your peace of mind is vastly more important than proving a point to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you anyway. Number 3, I stopped caring about the sunk cost of relationships. We are taught that if you have known someone for a long time, or if they are blood relatives, you owe them your time. Even if they are toxic, even if they drain the life out of you. But she's been my friend for 30 years, we say. But he is my cousin, we rationalize. Listen to me. Time invested in a mistake does not make it a success. I had a friendship that lasted 40 years, and for 39 of those years, it made me feel completely miserable. She was constantly criticizing me, constantly pulling me down. But I kept showing up because of history. In my late 70s, I simply stopped calling. And the silence that followed was the most beautiful music I had ever heard. Stop carrying dead weight just because you have carried it for a long time. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to quietly close the door on relationships that hurt you without a dramatic exit, without a grand explanation. Just quietly walk away. Protect your garden. Number 4, I stopped caring about the aging of my physical body. When the first wrinkles appear, we panic. We dye our hair. We buy expensive creams. We hide our arms. We mourn the loss of our youth. We treat aging like it is a disease we need to cure. My husband used to look at the lines around my eyes when I was 60, and he would say, Evelyn, those are just the maps of everywhere we have smiled. I look at my hands now. The skin is paper thin. You can see every blue vein. They shake when I hold my teacup. But these hands planted gardens. They wiped my children's tears. They held my husband as he took his final breath. Your body is not a decorative ornament. It is a vehicle. It is supposed to get scratched and dented and worn out if you use it right. Stop looking in the mirror and hating the evidence that you have survived. Aging is a privilege denied to so many. Wear your wrinkles like medals. You earned every single one of them. And finally, number 5. The deepest illusion of all. I stopped caring about being remembered. We spend our whole lives trying to build a legacy. We want to leave a mark. We want our names on buildings, or we want our children to speak of us with absolute reverence forever. We want to feel important. But when you sit where I sit, you realize that time washes everything away. In 2 or 3 generations, no one will remember my name. No one will remember what I did for a living, or how clean my house was, or what my face looked like. And at first that thought terrified me. But then it liberated me. If nothing you do is going to be remembered in 200 years, then you are completely free to live for today. You don't have to carry the weight of history. You just have to be kind to the person standing in front of you. You just have to enjoy the cup of coffee you are drinking right now. You don't need to be remembered by history. You just need to be present for your own life. I don't know how much time I have left. Maybe a year, maybe a week. But I can tell you this. My bags are packed, and they are very, very light, because I left all the unnecessary weight behind me. If you are listening to my voice right now, I want to ask you a favor. Look at the heavy bags you are carrying in your own mind. What is one thing you are going to put down today? What are you going to stop caring about? Please, leave a comment below. I sit here on my porch and I read them all. It helps me know that my words are still traveling out into the world. It makes me feel connected to you. Subscribe to the channel if you want to walk this path with me. Life is too short to care about the wrong things. Have a beautiful, peaceful day.